Mr. Strivick is very much aware of the opportunity that lays in front of him right now with recovery court. He is determined to avail himself of that opportunity and to not waste it. So far, so good. He's been doing very well from what I understand. And he knows that if he steps out of line, he's going to go to prison. That's all the motivation anyone should need to get their life in order. And I believe he's going to do that. We would ask that you honor the agreement and allow him to continue in the recovery court program, because I think that will change his life.
Thank you, Mr. Strivick. Mr. Strivick, you don't have to say anything today. It's not required to, but you're allowed to make any statement you wish. Is there anything you want to tell me?
I just want to say that I appreciate you guys giving me a chance to do recovery court. Really messed up this time, and I didn't think I even had a chance. And it was the most trouble I've ever been in my life, you know, and I'm taking it serious.
Thank you. Ms. Goodrich, any recommendations from the people?
Your Honor, I continue to be in agreement with recovery courts. I believe that Mr. Strivick was sentenced yesterday in Emmett County.
It was a plea last week in the sentence.
Oh, okay. I believe that the plan is for that case to also be recovery, sentenced into recovery.
All right, well, Mr. Strivick, you're 44 years old. You have 8 prior felonies before this case. And this case involves, more than one delivery of methamphetamine, 20-year Class B. We've got the Emmett County case. It sounds like they're going to let you participate in our program as well. I'm glad to hear that you're, taking this seriously, and I genuinely hope that this case is the one that changes everything for you. That's entirely up to you. And you've got a long way to go. It's a 2-year program. If you run into problems, be honest with us. We'll try to help you solve those problems. Because you need to know, these guidelines are high guidelines. When you have 8 prior felonies and the level of your involvement in the criminal justice system for years and years, you are not looking at a low end of the guideline sentence.
I know.
Joe, you're staring at 10 years or more.
I know.
So you got to do whatever you need to dig deep
Okay.
and make whatever changes you got to make, whether it's people, places, things, habits, thoughts, whatever it is. But if you've only done 6 days jail, we're going to give you this treatment court option. So with your record with felonies and with delivering methamphetamine on multiple cases in 2 different counties, you're going to do 6 days in jail.
Yeah.
That's like absurdly lenient, because we're going to see whether you can put this behind you.
I'm not trying my hardest. I think I'm going to.
Okay. All right.
I am taking it really serious.
Well, you need to know that also, a lot of people don't make it. They say the same things that you're saying, but there are people that do. So there's no reason for you not to graduate the program, Chuck. People do recover. It happens every day. So you're not different than other people who've struggled with addiction. Your problems are not bigger than theirs. I promise you, I've seen people with bigger problems than you. So you can do it. The only question is, are you going to do it? One analogy I like to use a lot is do you like sports at all?
Yeah, football.
Yeah, football is the only one I really love. Every football team wants to win.
Yeah.
But who actually wins is the football team that wants to practice, that wants to show up and sweat, that wants to put in the hard work. So just wanting to recover is not going to do it for you. You're going to have to want to get your butt out of bed and go to an AA meeting when you don't want to. You're going to have to want to break a relationship that maybe you need to. You're going to have to want to do the things that hurt. That, just wanting to win is not going to translate to a win. All right, well, That's the best lecture I got for you.
Yeah, that's good.
Mr. Stribick, I find under the law that Mr. Stribick is or was dependent on or abusing drugs or alcohol and is an appropriate candidate for participation in a treatment court program, that he understands the consequences of entering in that program and has agreed to comply with its terms. I find that Mr. Stribick is not a violent offender. Also, that he's not an unwarranted or substantial risk to the safety of the public or any individual based on the information available to me in a pre-screening and a pre-sentence report. So therefore, I am going to sentence you to our recovery court program as recommended. So in file 6980, possession methamphetamine, 10 to 46 months guidelines range. You're placed on probation for 30 months, subject to the terms and conditions listed in the pre-sentence report. Chief among them is that you comply with the recovery court program. There's also $130 crime victims assessment, $68 in state cost. And that is a downward departure from the advisory guidelines of 10 to 46 months. The reasons for the departure is his suitability and acceptance into a treatment court program. In file 6891, on the charge of delivery of methamphetamine, I'm going to place you on probation for 30 months, subject to the terms and conditions listed in the pre-sentence report on pages 4 and 5, well, 4 through 6. Chief among those conditions are the Sheboygan County Recovery Court Program. In that file, there's restitution of $60, crime victims assessment of $130, court costs of $350, state cost of $68, and a treatment court participation fee of $600. That is a downward departure from the advisory guidelines range of 72 to 240. I find that there's a reasonable grounds for a downward departure based on his suitability and acceptance into a treatment court program. In file 6982, we're going to place you on probation for 30 months, subject to the terms and conditions listed on pages 6 and 7 of the pre-sentence report. Chief among them are that you complete the Sheboygan County Recovery Court Program. In that file, there's a crime victims assessment of $130 and state cost of $68. That is a substantial downward departure from the advisory guidelines of 72 to 240 months. I find a reasonable basis for such a departure in Mr. Stribick's suitability and acceptance into a treatment court program. All those sentences would run concurrent with each other. Mr. Stribick, if you wanted to appeal, you'd have to file an application. If you wanted a lawyer, you'd have to make that request within 6 months. We're going to hand you appeal paperwork in all 3 files, 2 copies in each of the 3 files. 1 copy, we want you to just initial it so we have a record that we gave it to you. The other one is for you to fill out if you want to take an appeal. You have any questions for me?
No.
Okay, good luck and we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.
All right, and Mr. Spencer just substituted in on the case. And we're set for a docket call and also a status conference on an ongoing, just tracking a contempt for failing to appear. I have been advised, but just before we went on the record, Mr. Spencer, that your client will be applying to our recovery court program. Is that right?
That's correct, Judge.
Okay. All right, so we should continue this then. So the process in our county is that you got to fill out the application, submit it to the prosecutor's office. It first has to get across their desk, and then she, unless by the statute and by our MOU, the prosecutor's office can veto it. If they don't veto it, they bring it to the team, and then the team gives input to me, and then we let you know what my decision was, and then we can go forward. So what I can do is I can continue this to September 9th. Now, if the application is submitted and reviewed sooner than that, and then you want to enter a plea to get it started before the 9th, you can just reach out to the assignment clerk, and we could even schedule just a 10-minute hearing on a special day and just do it by Zoom or something just to get it going if that works. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. On the 9th, morning or afternoon work better for you, Mr. Spencer?
You know what day of the week that is?
It's Tuesday.
Whatever's convenient for the court. I'd prefer the morning, but whatever.
Morning would be great. So let me put you on September 9th at 10:50 a.m.
Thank you.
And that'll be a continuing status conference on the pending contempt, same time. Anything further from the people?
Mayor, thank you.
Anything further from the defense?
No, no, sir.
Okay, we'll see you then, Mr. Gauthier.
Okay.
0306 FH and 0319 FH. Council, you want to state your appearances, please?
Yeah, good afternoon, Your Honor. Daniel Osnick on behalf of Fred Wooler, who is seeking to have convictions expunged.
Melissa Goodrich, Boyne County Prosecutor.
Okay, and it looks like the statutory requirements are satisfied, so it's more a matter of some testimony about his behavior and doings since then.
Okay.
So your client want to take the stand?
Yep, please. Yep. I have a case order, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Do you want to raise your right hand for me, Mr. Willard? Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, self evident? Yes. Go ahead, Mr. Lawson.
Thank you, Your Honor. Would you state your name for the record?
Frederick H. Willard,
And Mr. Willard, where do you reside?
11253 Coyote Ridge, Sheboygan County.
And it's Indian River?
No, it's actually in a Lansing address.
Lansing,
because
okay.
The mailbox.
And how long have you lived there?
Since '08,
Okay. Do you live there with anybody?
not at this time.
Okay. Are you single then?
Yes, yes.
Do you have children?
No.
Your occupation?
I own Fred's Tree Work, Landscaping and Excavating.
So you're self-employed as a landscaper?
Mostly trees and excavating, but yeah.
And how long have you been doing that?
Since, since we were in trouble in '90,
Okay.
so long time.
And when you say we,
Me,
you, right?
well, you were my attorney then too.
Yeah, right. So,
Sorry.
um,
Lumping you in there, sorry.
you have petitioned this court to have two convictions set aside,
Yes, sir.
all right? And you completed your probationary terms.
Yes, sir.
What did you do to rehabilitate yourself from your involvement with controlled substances?
Well, I spent 7 months, I believe, in Newberry in the in-house rehabilitation.
Okay,
And then after that, we had lots of AA meetings and just continually went with the people that never do drugs,
So
you know,
change
just
your
surrounded
circle.
myself with other folks.
yeah, okay. And have you had any convictions of any criminal activity since then?
I did get in trouble in '08 for shooting a deer.
And what was the results of that?
I paid some money.
A fine?
Yes, there was no probation.
Okay. Your employment, do you have employees?
Yes,
How many employees do you employ?
different jobs take different employees, but you know, 2 to 5.
Okay. And your work is seasonal?
Last winter, we got shut down because of so much snow, but if it's a mild winter, we continually work.
And do you have work set up for this year?
We have worked for several years in a row if, again, the weather
Okay.
permits it to go on. The ice storm has damaged so much.
What do you do for hobbies and enjoyment?
Hunt and fish.
Have you had any other convictions set aside?
No, sir.
Describe for the judge what your normal daily routine is.
And in the morning, we get up, everybody meets at my big barn. And then we go out to different houses around Burt Lake, mostly the Indian River, some Sturgeon River, some. Take down trees, grind stumps, put in topsoil, fix all the,
Okay.
anything around the yards, just outside work.
And what time do you meet?
8:30,
And what time do you stop work?
7.
7? So you work a 12-hour day approximately?
Well, by the time we get on the jobs, so we do a daily rate. Usually the people that I work for, we give them a big day, and so we're there for at least 8 hours, and I like to do 10.
I think that's all I have, Judge.
Okay, any cross-exam?
Yes. I know it's a long time ago, but just for the record, in 1996, you did have an operating while intoxicated conviction out of Sheboygan County.
Okay, yep, well, it was still like, I was still drinking. Yes,
And at that same time, part of that case, you also had an assault conviction that you pled to.
possibly, that was a days when I was drinking and not doing well.
Okay. And you successfully completed probation in both of those cases?
Yes, I paid all the monies I owed and tried to do everything I could to better myself since those drinking days.
Okay, thank you. No further questions.
Any redirect?
No.
You can step down, sir. Any additional proofs, Mr. Lasnik?
No, Your Honor.
Any proofs from the people?
Other than we did try to contact the victims, one was deceased and the other we were unable to get a hold of after leaving messages.
Okay, thank you. Argument, Mr. Lasnik?
Yeah, I think, as the court indicated, he's met the statutory requirements. This happened almost 3 decades ago plus. He was involved in a lifestyle that wasn't appropriate. He, I guess, basically could say he grew up. Since then, he's been a worker, person that provides jobs in the community, and has been a success. So I think he's an appropriate candidate to have these convictions expunged.
Thank you, Ms. Goodrich.
Your Honor, for those reasons that Mr. Lasnik expressed, I would agree with the relief being requested.
All right, Mr. Woolard, yeah, those were a long time ago, and although you had a couple issues since then, it's even then been almost 20 years since your DNR thing, 16, 17 years for that, 20 years since the drinking and driving and assault, and 30 plus years for these felonies. It sounds like, you're a hard worker and you're not a person that gets in trouble these days. So I do find that all the statutory requirements have been met, and Mr. Lasnik has checked all those appropriate boxes on the form. And I also find, based on clear and convincing evidence of the testimony here today, my review of the files, that the circumstances and behavior of the applicant from the date of the convictions to the filing of the application warrant setting aside the convictions, and that doing so is consistent with the public welfare. So, Mr. Woolard, I'm granting your relief and setting aside both of these convictions under Michigan law and signing and dating the order. And I will present this back to Mr. Lasnik for filing with the clerk.
And I understand that then the clerk sends it to the appropriate parties.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank
Sounds
you.
good.
Is that you writing it today?
Yeah. Uh-huh. Thank you.
We do an abstract or something down to the state, right? About that.
Okay, so I'll leave it.
Yeah, just file